On April 24, 2025, Kyiv woke to the terrifying sounds of explosions. Russia had launched a large-scale missile and drone attack on the Ukrainian capital. This brutal assault, one of the deadliest in recent months, marked a grim escalation in the ongoing conflict. The attacks targeted civilian areas, shattering any illusion of peace. The strikes resulted in a tragic loss of life. Initial reports from the New York Times confirm at least 23 innocent civilians were killed. Over 100 people were injured, many critically, overwhelming local hospitals. The Wall Street Journal, however, paints a slightly different picture, reporting 9 deaths. This discrepancy highlights the chaos and difficulty in confirming information during wartime. The damage inflicted upon Kyiv was extensive. Residential buildings, symbols of normalcy for Kyiv's residents, were reduced to rubble. Schools meant for learning and laughter were silenced by the blasts. Hospitals, sanctuaries of healing, struggled to cope with the influx of casualties. The attack left a trail of devastation, a stark reminder of the human cost of this conflict. The world watched in shock and condemnation, but perhaps the most surprising reaction came from an unexpected source: former U.S. President Donald Trump. In a rare display of public criticism, Trump denounced the Russian attack. He termed it unacceptable in a statement to the New York Times. He went further in comments to the Washington Post, calling the attack not necessary and very bad timing. This rebuke marks a stark departure from Trump's previous stance on Russia and Ukraine. Throughout his presidency and even in his post-presidency, Trump has been seen as sympathetic to Russian President Vladimir Putin. He frequently downplayed Russian aggression and even praised Putin's leadership. His criticism of the recent attack, therefore, has raised eyebrows and sparked debate. Some analysts view Trump's statement as a calculated political move. They argue that he is distancing himself from Putin to rehabilitate his image in light of the global outrage. Others believe it signals a genuine shift in his thinking, influenced perhaps by the sheer brutality of the Kyiv attack. The international community has responded to the attack on Kyiv with swift and unanimous condemnation. President Joe Biden, in an address from the White House, called the attack a horrific and senseless act of violence. He promised unwavering support to Ukraine, including additional military aid and tougher sanctions against Russia. The European Union echoed these sentiments, calling the attack a flagrant violation of international law. European leaders pledged to hold Russia accountable for its actions and to continue providing humanitarian and military assistance to Ukraine. The condemnation was not limited to words. Many countries announced new packages of sanctions targeting Russia's economy and key individuals within Putin's regime. The attack on Kyiv has exacerbated the already dire humanitarian crisis in Ukraine. Millions have been displaced from their homes, seeking refuge in neighboring countries or in safer parts of Ukraine. The already overburdened aid organizations are struggling to provide food, shelter, and medical care to those in need. The attack has also cast a long shadow over the prospects for peace talks. Negotiations between Russia and Ukraine had been stalled for weeks, and this latest escalation of violence makes a diplomatic solution seem even more elusive. The path to peace in Ukraine remains uncertain and fraught with challenges. The international community must remain steadfast in its support for Ukraine and hold Russia accountable for its actions. Only through a combination of diplomacy, deterrence, and unwavering support for the Ukrainian people can we hope to see an end to this tragic conflict.